Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thanks so much for joining us last week at the Women's Health Social out in Brookfield at Emily's 1212 Bodyworks location. This here is the video that we promised you to have a follow-up with the 1212 Detox-ercises that Emily demonstrated. She wants to make sure that you have the tools so you can perform these at home safely and get the results you're looking for. And then we're going to just run through that quickly, and I'm going to close up with just giving you a little bit of information about the morphogenic field technique that I spoke about when I was also talking about the Beauty Counter products, and just talking about how to remove disruptors from the energy field and the different ways that we can do it with the testing. So we're going to first start with the exercises, and we'll close up with that. Okay.
All right. So we're going to start in the sitting position, seated position for the head and neck exercises. So the first exercise was the smile. So you're going to, and I'm just going to demonstrate 3 repetitions of each exercise today. Feel free to do more. The exercise sheet says you can do up to 12, but we'll start with the head and neck. So for the first one, you're just going to smile, very big, and then go down into a puckered face, mad pucker face. Smile, and pucker, and smile, and pucker. The next one is the head up and down. So all you're going to do is just bring your chin down toward your chest, and then bring your chin up toward the ceiling into a comfortable range of motion. Come down again, feeling all the muscles in the front of the neck and throat working, and extend up, feeling the front of the throat open up. And down and up. Good. And then we're going to do the head side bends. So you're going to keep your face forward as you tip your right ear down towards your right shoulder and come back up to center. Tip the left ear down toward the left shoulder. Come back up to center. And again, gently within comfortable range of motion, feeling the side muscles of the neck contract and elongate. Good. And then we're going to do head turns. So you're just going to rotate your head all the way to one side, come back to center, rotate to the other side, come back to center, and again, rotate, center, and one last one for demonstration. And other side. Good. Make sure you're staying within those comfortable ranges. So those are the head and neck exercises in the seated position. The next ones we're going to do are in standing for the torso and arms. So we're just going to move the camera position. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is a, we'll go. We're going to do the Y with the fists clenched. So I'll show you from the front for the first one, and then we'll show you from the back as well. So you're just going to bring your arms up into a Y position and then clench your fists up in that Y and then come back down. And then we'll come up into the Y with those fists clenched and back down. And then from the back it's going to look like this. So squeeze those shoulder blades together and keep the shoulders away from your ears when you do this one. Okay, so that's the Y with the fists clenched. The next one is the goalpost arms. So we're going to start with your arms up like a football goalpost. You're going to squeeze the elbows together in over the chest and squeeze the palms together in the fists. And then open up the elbows to each side, staying in line with your shoulders, and squeeze behind in the shoulder blade area. Squeeze the chest, and then open up, squeeze the shoulder blades as you open the chest, and squeeze the shoulder blades. Good. And then we're going to do the torso side bends. So you can bring your arms up onto your chest, hands up onto your chest, and just give a little bit of a downward pressure on those pectoral muscles. And then for side bending, we're just going to tip your upper body to the one side and come back up to center and bend to the right. So as we bend to the right, we wring out our liver and come back up. And as we bend to the left, we wring out our spleen organ both very important for detoxification. Good, and then with the hands still across the chest, we're going to do a torso twist. So just from above the waist, you're going to rotate your rib cage on the torso. So we're going to turn to the right, and again, staying within comfortable ranges of motion, turn to the other side. Good, and make sure you breathe as you're doing these exercises, feeling those muscles contract and elongate on each side of the body. Okay, good. And then now we're going to go onto the floor for our leg and pelvis exercises. So you don't need any fancy equipment. You can lie on your bed or you can lie on the floor. So the first one is a pelvic rotation. You're going to bend one knee and then set your foot on top of your opposite thigh. And then you're going to use the abdominal muscles on that right side, or whichever side you've bent the knee. You're going to use those muscles to rotate the torso, rotate the pelvis and the knee across your body. And back down again. And rotate. Good. And one more. And then we'll switch sides. Bend the knee, foot on top of the opposite thigh. Rotate across using those abdominal muscles. And you can press down with your arms into the floor. Good. And then the next one is scissors. So we're going to slide our legs out to the sides and then in and out and in and out and in. The next one is windshield wipers. So I like to space my feet apart just a little bit. And what you're going to do is rotate through the thigh bones so that your toes and feet rotate inward, and then you'll rotate all the way outward, in and out. So the hips are doing the work, the feet just go along for the ride like a windshield wiper. So you can go out and in together, or you can turn right and left together, whichever you like. Those are going to work all those lymphatic channels throughout the legs. And then the next one on the list was...
You have the standing.
Standing. Okay, so we're going to come back up to standing position. Okay, so if you need a chair or something for support, I suggest holding it with your arms, your shoulders relaxed away from your ears.
Rotate this for you.
Or actually, we can do this in a door frame too. So there's a couple different options. So if you stand holding something for support, what we're going to do is tap one foot forward and bring it back to center. Tap the other foot forward, back to center. Go to the side, center, side, center, back, center, back, center. Forward, forward, side, side, and back, back. One last one, forward, forward, side, side, back, back. And eventually you can do this without holding on if your balance allows for that. There we go. Those were the 12-12 detox-ercises.
Awesome. All right, ladies, so now we're going to head over here, and I'm going to share just the morphogenic field technique. Can you hold that for me? And I will do my best to keep simple, but so first I wanted to show you quick this a little bit closer. So what this diagram is showing basically is you'll look here at this one, and that's showing the larger morphogenic field around our body. So this is what I'm actually testing when I use the kits. But if you look here, this is actually an atom. So every single atom has its own morphogenic field. And then everything basically on the planet that's living has a morphogenic field itself. So you'll see an apple here is demonstrating that. This is actually the Earth, showing the morphogenic field of the Earth. And then what we're doing when we're testing is looking actually at the bottom of here. So here on this side is what we actually want our morphogenic field to look like. So that's a large and balanced morphogenic field. And that's actually pretty uncommon in our society to have a large balanced morphogenic field because we have a lot of disruptors that are coming into our energy fields, causing them to shrink, which would show in this center one here. This is a balanced but smaller morphogenic field. This is pretty common, but this is also common. This is called a distorted field, and that what happens is your fields are not equal around the body. And This happens a lot of times when there's chronic disease, when there is anything that's degenerative happening. So things like cancer, MS, Parkinson's, things that Lyme's disease, you probably see a more distorted field. And it's just unfortunately something that's common because we do have a rather toxic environment that we're living in modern society. So it's nothing to be scared of, because this is actually a really cool technique to help to regulate, to get your energy field back to this large and vibrant field. And when it's big like this, you just naturally can assume that you're going to have a larger vitality, and health kind of follows with it. So what we do is we go through these kits, and I'm going to bring you a little closer to me so we can see them. And I'm just showing you basically what we're doing. It's called the red, white, and blue. And so we actually can test for nutritional deficiencies in here, and we can then test for what's called cellular disruptors. So I'm just going to open this so you can kind of see what's in it. So this is side, we can find nutritional issues that are going on. We can actually find a fatty acid that your body needs. All cells need fatty acids to work properly and to have proper communication. And then this is where we start looking at cellular disruptors. So we have things like adrenal, autoimmune, blood quality, bone disruptors. And then we also have our environmental disruptors, which generally are going to be from foods or from chemicals in our environment, or vaccination disruptors, heavy metal disruptors, things like that. So we kind of start, sorry, we're getting a little small here. Here we're going cockeye. So then we go into this white test kit, and we actually find the, will you hold that, Emily? Thank you. We find the specific cell where the disruptor lies. So we can actually go, oh, it's within the pancreas. The liver has something going on. Maybe it's the lymphocytes. And that's, we're just getting a deeper answer to our question of why a disruptor is in the field, where it's at, and how we can remove it from the field. And then third, we actually go and find what is the disruptor. So do we have a bacteria energy? Do we have a viral energy? Do we have a mold, yeast, or fungus energy? Do we have a parasite energy? Do we have food disruptors? So we can look for GMO soy, GMO corn, GMO wheat. These are all things that are really a big part of the problem of the toxicity level that we're seeing, all the way down to, commercial eggs, nightshades, things like that. Those are actually foods that bother a lot of people that have autoimmune issues. And then we can also go into food coloring and heavy metals, things like that. So we can actually find what the specific disruptor is that's causing the symptom. So the general test is going through this. We actually can also look at foods and see what foods your body is reacting to that's commercial based and probably high toxicity levels, and then what your body's actually asking for. So is your body asking for organic beef? Is it asking for good salad oil? Is it asking for organic root vegetables? And we can find that out just through introducing these tests into your energy field, which is really cool, because a lot of times we have these really expensive tests that aren't necessarily giving us direct, simple answers. And I've seen that a lot with a lot of the blood testing and things, that you kind of get a mixed understanding of what's going on in your field. And then the question is, oh my gosh, so then what do I take? And there's a lot of times cookie cutter models that are given for certain symptoms. And I'm not saying that that's bad, but the really cool thing about the morphogenic field technique is that now then we go and we find the actual, so this here is the formulas that the company that I use called Energetics has, and we actually then, once we find the disruptors within your field, we actually then just ask the body what it would like to take in order to detoxify those specific disruptors. So this is extremely individualized. It is extremely pinpointed. It is so simple, so targeted, and the people that I've already started doing this testing with have seen tremendous result. I mean, just night and day, within a few days, maybe even hours of starting to take the homeopathics, because it's not curing something immediately, but it's starting to help the body move towards vitality. So we're starting to open that energy field that we talked about here. So what we're doing is we're artificially getting this energy field back to the large and open field, and you have to take the formulas for a period of time until your body naturally sustains this. So it's not something where you take it once and you feel better and you stop taking it. It does take commitment, and it takes daily doses, usually 2 to 3 times a day. But it is fascinating what is happening. Even within my own body, I had a parasite energy, and I started doing the detoxification of the parasite energy. My first 10 days on, I felt really great. I had to come off for 2 days just because the type of parasite energy I had. I had really, really awful spinal pain, jaw clenching, tightness. My neck was really stiff. I went back on my formulas, and within 2 days back on the formulas, my pain went away again. I'm on my 3rd round of this. My 2nd time coming off, my symptoms came back a little bit, but were so much less severe. So that means that I'm already moving through detoxifying that parasite energy pretty significantly. And when I test my energy field is large and balanced. And I actually had a distorted field when I started this. So I'm feeling much better, sleeping much better, and I just can tell that the vitality in my body is really returning. So anyway, so that's what I wanted to share about the morphogenic field testing. Super cool. Really is, to me, too, very cost effective too. So if you have any questions, we certainly will give you our information. Here's Emily. We both just want to say thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much for attending the workshop, and we look forward to seeing you again sometime soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.